One of my favorite things about Steam is the ease of which one can access user-written reviews on games that they might want to play. With the consumer's trust for modern game journalists seemingly on the decline, it's great that the voice of the average person is so accessible. I've spent many hours reading Steam reviews, whether to try to gauge a purchase or just for fun, and you spend as much time reading reviews as I do, you sort of pick up on a few things, and one of these such things is the topic of today's rant. Now, I'm just gonna read some reviews from a few different games. The games themselves don't really matter, but I'm just gonna let you try to pick up a pattern, alright? So, bear with me. This has so much potential. There is so much potential for this game. This game in its current state is barely playable with tons of performance and technical issues. However, the game itself has great potential and it's also free to play. The game has a lot of potential, but needs a lot of work done before it should be released. The game needs a lot of work, but it also has loads of potential. Okay, let's be real here. Would I recommend it in its current state? Hardly, but I will. This is because of the crazy potential and extremely responsive developers. Alright, so I'm not sure if you guys, kind of sensed the pattern here, but essentially these are reviews from early access titles, or titles that aren't really finished yet, and they all boil down to, the game has potential, and apparently that's all they need to be convinced to give the game a recommended rating. I mean, hell, some of these reviews, the reviewers admit that the game sucks, but they still recommend it. Now, honestly, these reviews live in my head rent-free. Like, look, on a level, I respect that it's your review and you can say what you want on it, but that doesn't make it any less stupid, right? Like, I feel like whether or not a game has potential is completely irrelevant. I mean, everything technically has potential, first of all, and then you ought to consider, yeah, the game could be good in the future, but we're not in the future. We're in the present, the here and now, and if the game sucks now, the game sucks now, and if the game sucks, why are you recommending it? When you recommend a game, I feel like typically you're trying to convince the reader, hey, this game has content that might be worth your time and money. A game's potential has nothing to do with that. Another reason it's so stupid to recommend a game because it might be good down the line is because, hey, maybe the game doesn't get good. Maybe it never gets finished. Maybe it never fulfills the potential it could have had. The developer just abandons it, and well, congratulations, bucko, you just recommended that people go and buy a nothing burger. It's possible to acknowledge that a game has potential while simultaneously holding it accountable for its flaws. All you really have to say is, something along the lines of, overall, the game isn't really up to a quality I'd feel comfortable recommending, although I do think that the game has potential, so it might be worth keeping an eye on. Something like that. I don't know, I feel like the reason people write these sorts of reviews is because they want to be lenient to game developers. Obviously there's a lot of games on Steam made by people who, maybe don't have a lot of manpower or resources, right? I don't know, I've always looked at games for what they are. If I think that a game sucks, frankly, I don't care about anything else, right? I don't care if it's early access, how many people worked on it, price, right? All I know is it's a bad game, and to recommend a bad game, it's moronic. It's moronic. I mean, overall, as long as you let anyone do anything, stupid people are gonna mess it up somehow. And honestly, I can't really say that it's that big of a deal, because overall, the review sections are usually pretty helpful and accurate. So, I don't know, I guess I'll end this video off by saying that if a game sucks, a game sucks. When you review a game, hold it accountable for its, flaws. If it's a bad game, don't freaking recommend it, because you're just recommending that people waste their money and stuff like that. I don't know. Join my Discord, follow me on Twitter, and of course, subscribe. Friendly Fellow Jed, out.